What's up, my friend? Welcome back to another video, and today we're taking a look at Panorama Guitars by Sonora Cinematic. So just to give you a little bit of context, I am by no means a guitarist. I can play maybe one or two chords on the guitar, and that's it. I'm primarily a pianist, and so for me, getting good guitar libraries is pretty important because I can't just fake it myself on a real guitar. Hence why I am a big fan of great guitar libraries. And for me recently, I've been getting into more of the atmospheric cinematic type of libraries for guitars. There are a lot of great acoustic and electric guitar libraries that are meant for straight up singer-songwriter stuff, but I don't have too many libraries that focus on the ethereal nature of them. And, guitars meant more for film scorings and stuff like that. So this is where this library sort of comes in. And I have a couple others like Hemisphere Guitars, Fracture Sounds, the library. There's a few out there, but this one was quite interesting and I wanted to take a look at it and share it with you as well. So just to give you a bit of context here, Panorama Guitars is currently $88, but normally $106. And I believe this is Canadian, so US it should be a little bit cheaper, I believe. Or maybe that is the US price. And then, yeah, they say that this instrument was born from a love of guitar textures of post-rock and shoegaze acts. And yeah, they have a really usable, intuitive interface that I'll show you in just a second. So here are all the details. They recorded quite a few guitars plus a few electric basses as well in a pristine studio setup as well. So they have a walkthrough video, which I would highly recommend watching if you want to check out the nitty-gritty details, everything behind the engine. They cover all of that really well. But with that being said, let's kind of get into the library and I'll show you just straight up out of the box what it kind of looks like and sounds like. So it is a Kontakt library player, which is great if you only have the free version of Kontakt. It's one patch, very, very simple. And this is what it sounds like out of the box. Okay, so let's play this a little bit here. Right, just beautiful. It really has that reverby, washy sort of sound that captures that detail from the source material, like the dry signal, but they've added some effects in the back end to really make it sing and have that stereo field width to it. Now, the cool thing about this library compared to others is that you can do this sort of fading thing with multiple layers. So they have layer A, which is called the American Clean. That's mainly what we're hearing. But by default, the mod wheel is set to fade between layers A and B. So in the middle, you would hear both A and B. And if you turn the mod wheel all the way up, as you can see here on the bottom left, now we're hearing mainly layer B, which I've set to full wash. And this is what this sounds like. Right, so the cool thing is if you want to play some guitar parts in while riding the mod wheel, you can create some really beautiful automated atmospheric effects. So let's see if we can do that a little bit here. All right. So that's basically the side-to-side functionality. And I believe you can also map the up and down to different parameters as well. For me, as someone who likes to play libraries sort of out of the box and sort of get that instant gratification, I don't believe the vertical axis, the y-axis, is really something I would personally do very much of. And you can see here it's currently mapped to CC15 by default, but you can really map it to any fader you like. And if we go into the backend, you can kind of see how that's mapped out. But anyway, this is the front page, and let's hear a couple of these presets as well. So let's take a look here. We have atmospheres, impro soundscapes, which are not tempo synced. I believe they are basically just one shots with random effects that kind of go in and out. So it gives you that more, random feeling. So let's hear maybe uncertainty for a second and see how that sounds. right? So it kind of has that back and forth fourth movement, and you hear those echoes kind of coming in and out, which is pretty cool. Let's hear maybe the jazz basses. So let's hear the Barry bass here. Right. Okay, let's check out maybe a couple more here. So simple, let's go with American Tape. Yeah, so you see there for this preset, the layer B was turned off by default. So you can just click it to turn it on and off, and then you get the second layer, and they put it as coming home, which has a very, very little attack to it. It's just more the atmospheric feel. So the flexibility outright just shows you a lot of possibilities. The fact that you can go back and forth with the mod wheel, fade between the different layers is pretty cool. And in order to switch the layers themselves, you can either click right there on layer A or layer B, the name of the patch, or you can click A or B itself to activate them. So let's just hear the jazz bass clean here. They've recorded, I believe it was 2 or 3 jazz basses, and then the other, electric basses, I should say. And then the other ones are based on the electric guitars. So let's hear jazz bass clean here really quickly. And that would be layer B, I'm pretty sure. All right, so we hear a lot of that reverb there on that jazz bass, and I wonder how we might be able to get rid of that. So this is the effects page. Let's see, stomps, tape. Okay, so I realized that it's actually really this send knob right here that's increasing or kind of sort of decreasing the audibility of the reverb, basically. So if we turn it up, here it's super reverberant, but let's turn it down. Gets a lot drier, and the feedback as well kind of decreases that the timing and the feedback of that reverb. So yeah, if you want to change the effects and stuff, you can do that here. Again, for me, I'm more of just a plug and play person, so even just the initial preset that they give us is very, very pleasing to my ear. So yeah, this is the initial. And then here you can see there's not that much coming out because B isn't really activated. So now we turn it on and we can hear it comes in a little bit more. So you can really play around with the amount of reverb you want versus the dry signal from layer A. All right. Yeah, so overall, a very, very simple library. And I think that the main thing about this one is just the fact that you can go between those layers and you can play around with the sound design elements. You can play around with the, the very clean sound sources, but just overall, the out of the box sound, it really is the magic for me. It's just nice to have additional flexibility when you really need it, but just having this ethereal, clean natured guitar is sort of an all-rounder media focused scoring library for my purposes anyway. It reminds me a lot actually of Boutique Mood guitars from Neroth Audio. Very, very cool library as well, meant for like lo-fi stuff. And yeah, this one is not too large either. It's only a few gigabytes, and it's very easy on the CPU too. So big thanks to Sonora Cinematic for sharing the library with me. And if you're interested in it as well, you can grab it down below in the description or in the pinned comment. I've left a link there that you can check out the library. And if you do grab the library using that link, then you will support the channel in the process in a small way, which is obviously appreciated. And of course, there's no obligation to do so. You know, if you want to purchase the library outside of me, of course you can do that, but it does help the channel continue and review or take a look at more libraries like this. But yeah, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it, and have fun with this one, because there's a lot of sound sources and it's quite flexible in how you can affect the different effects that are applied to it, you know, reverb, delay, low LFOs, EQ, all that stuff. And they give you a lot of flexibility overall. So yeah, really, really cool library. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.